greatest digital asset ever created. I'm so glad I accumulated before the space got saturated. XRP the greatest digital asset ever created. Make the haters aggravated, get the spaceship activated. XRP the greatest digital asset ever created. I'm so glad I...
What's goody, everybody? What's goody, everybody? Look out for this video real quick. Watch this.
Hey guys, today I'm going to buy my dream watch, but the catch is I want to buy it with XRP, so let's see if they'll sell it to me.
How are you doing?
Hello, good. How are you?
Welcome back.
Thank you.
You want water?
Sparkling, please.
Yeah.
And the best watch in the world.
Yes, of course. This one is pretty nice.
It's nice. Price?
$370. No?
Nah, something else. Maybe diamonds? Some sort of diamonds?
Then it is for you.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I wanted diamonds here too.
You want a full diamond? I have one, but it's in the safe. This is the one. This is Patek Philippe 5719.
Yes.
Super rare.
Wow. How much?
300,000.
All right. Yeah, no problem. But one thing,
Yes.
I need to pay with XRP.
Sure, absolutely. 164,000.
Perfect. Send.
Done. The document of the watch.
Amazing.
Yo.
Amazing.
Here your watch.
This is inspirational. I just want y'all to peep. The man who's security, he doesn't even pick up his bags. Watch this. My man gets the bags for him. Yo. He said 164,000 XRP, man. And XRP is only at $2.50 right now. All right, that was just inspiration. Oh my gosh. I'm just so excited because back then they didn't want us. Now we hot. They all on us. They selling watches to us now. Just inspiration, y'all. Inspiration. Just to buy your bags. I'm not a financial advisor. Just buy and hold. Buy and hold, man. Buy and hold. All right. So it's a lot of information that already came out. I mean, I missed like 3 days, and I feel like I missed an entire month. But Singapore, the dollar pegged the stable coins XSGD on the XRP ledger. It's happening, folks. Also, listen out to this video real quick. It says crypto was created to underpin the US dollar to replace the petrodollar. Crypto is a petrodollar 2.0. We try to tell you. So listen out to this real quick.
And in 1971, Nixon informed everyone that, okay, well, there's no longer a link between the dollar and the gold, and this currency is now going to freely float. And that was basically the end of Bretton Woods and the beginning of sort of the petrodollar.
It's interesting because like Bretton Woods was a nice phase off of the British pound sterling, which was kind of the global reserve currency like prior to the dollar. And like Bretton Woods really established the treasury, like U.S. treasuries as kind of the global reserve that most countries kind of held. And this is all hard backed by gold. But then, as you said, 1971, something changed, got off the gold standard, and this is now the next phase change, I guess. And by the way, these phase changes happen every like 30 to 40 years, it seems like. So you get about 30 years, 1971, and Nixon takes the U.S. off of the gold standard and bases it on something else, like the petrodollar. So what's the petro in petrodollar? Does that imply some sort of oil backing, and how did this work?
Yeah, so there was basically a very casual or strong, like however you want to describe it, link between the dollar and oil. So I forgot the name of the Treasury Secretary. Basically, they made a deal with the Saudis and like, hey, if
It's
you
like the
sell
best
your oil,
of the time, right?
yeah, if you sell your oil in dollars, we'll sell you weapons and make sure that your tribe of Bedouin nomads can take over the peninsula. And that was the deal. And when you earn all these dollars, you need to put them in banks, U.S. banks. And so that's what they did. And what do you buy with these? You buy treasuries. And so if the lowest marginal cost producer of petroleum, Saudi Arabia, was only going to sell the fluid that makes the global economy work, hydrocarbons, oil, in dollars, then everybody else had to have dollars. Because you have to have oil. If you don't have oil, you do not have a modern civilization. And so that was essentially the backing of the dollar. And obviously, the U.S. military was there to beat the shit out of anyone who thought that they were not going to do that.
Okay, so I guess the petrodollar era, that was like also linked to a commodity asset, not gold this time, but it was sort of proxy linked to oil and also military involvement, and is kind of, as the global hegemon, the U.S. could kind of command this sort of linkage. I kind of thought we were still in the petrodollar era, actually, and I think maybe a lot of crypto listeners sort of think, oh, roughly, look, treasuries are still the global reserve asset. We're in kind of Bretton Woods / petrodollar era.
All right, so that's pretty much the petrodollar in a nutshell for me not to explain it myself. All right, listen up to Bitcoin Maxi's XRP prediction.
XRP has survived many cycles, never been a better landscape. Solana has survived multiple cycles. SUI has a great team, great fundamentals. Let's just take XRP. Price outlook for XRP in 2025. And let me preface by saying, well, let's just say Bitcoin has at least a 1.5 to 2x maybe left in it. Ethereum could be 3 to 4x, with XRP around $2 today. 5x? $10 per coin, is that possible?
Yeah, I think so. I realistically think XRP will be between $8 to $10. And considering it's 250, so that's only a 4x. But I certainly think that's possible. I think there are people that think it could go higher than that. But yeah, I think that's actually pretty conservative, $8 to $10. I think, and they have, once they get their ETFs, and there'll be many, I think that's going to help bring a lot more money into the space. So yeah, I think $8 to $10 is conservative estimate for it.
Don't wait till it happens. Yeah, don't wait till it happens. All right, I got a lot of videos tonight. Everything. Watch this, guys. I'm talking about everything. It's going to take over everything.
Virtually most of the money moving around the world, most of the dollars moving around the world will be moving on tokenized digital networks. And within 10 years, I predict to you that there won't be a securities offering, a debt offering, an equities offering of any significance that's not tokenized on chain. And those securities offerings that remain in an analog state will be like those bearer bonds in DTC's vault, the coupon clipping bonds that don't matter anymore. Non-tokenized, non-digitized securities will be like those old dusty photo albums, and securities on chain will be like the digital photos on your smartphone. Well, let's wrap with this and bring it back to
I'm talking about everything. Okay, I'm gonna leave you guys with this because my next thing I'm gonna say is be in Vegas on May the 31st. Well, May the 30th through the 31st. I will be in Vegas, so this will be my last video until Vegas. You got XRP coming outside. Well, not XRP. Ripple is the company. Uphold, I Trust Capital, MoonPay. It's so many companies that's going to be there. I'm super excited. I'll be there as well. I hope to see you guys. I'm out. Peace. Check out this video real quick.
The Genius Act is a watershed moment in how we approach digital finance while also preserving the institutions that have served our nation for decades. Digital assets are the future, and it is our responsibility to ensure the United States continues to lead the way. The uncomfortable reality is that our payment system is outdated. Many of our financial rails date back to the 1970s and 80s, before the internet transformed how we live and work. When a small business owner in Cheyenne uses a traditional payment system to send a payment to a supplier overseas, they face up to 10 days and 2 to 5% transaction fees. This isn't just inconvenient, it's a complete disadvantage to American businesses. But digital assets changed all that. Stablecoins can complete these same transactions in seconds at a fraction of the cost, 365 days out of the year. The Genius Act not only revolutionizes the way we do business, but preserves critical financial institutions, and they need this opportunity. For more than 150 years, our country has maintained both state-chartered and national banks. There are about 5,000 banks. 4,000 of them are chartered at the state level, only 1,000 at the federal level. This system has been the engine for American economic growth, providing businesses of all sizes with diverse financial services tailored to local needs. In Wyoming, we have seen firsthand how state chartered banks serve the specific needs of ranchers, energy producers, and Main Street that might otherwise have been overlooked by larger institutions. We've also seen how the dual banking system permits states as laboratories of democracy to thoughtfully integrate new products and services into our banking system. Wyoming and other states were the first to provide legal clarity for digital assets and show in great detail how they can thoughtfully be integrated into our payments and contracts. The Genius Act thoughtfully preserves the dual banking system by creating clear pathways for stablecoin issuance under both state and federal oversight. The legislation also protects and builds upon Wyoming's regulatory framework for digital assets that both protects consumers and promotes responsible innovation. This legislation, the Genius Act, is thoughtful, and it's a balanced approach America needs to maintain and grow our influence in financial advancement, and history will remember how we capitalize on or squander this moment. American leadership in digital finance is a privilege. Let's ensure it stays in America and not Europe, not Singapore, not China. Let's lead in this innovation, this technology, this advantage to individuals and small communities. We need American values and American leadership to ensure prosperity in the next generation. Let's get the Genius Act passed and secure America's financial future. Mr. President, I yield back.